My name is Megan Larson, and I want to chat with you today quickly about how to stop being a pushover. I have been previously in the past a pushover with so many different people, and I could sit here and blame them for, steamrolling me and trying to force me to, believe in the same thing that they do, or just, feel like I have no choice but to do everything they want me to do. But I really, really, really believe in taking personal responsibility for my choices and my actions. And so I have realized some ways that I have let myself be a pushover in the past. And so I want to share with you how I've overcome this and how I am no longer letting myself be someone who can easily be controlled. So the first thing is to remove any fear that is associated between you and the other person. So what I mean by that is if you're afraid of their reaction about something, if you are worried that they're not going to be your friend anymore, or they're not going to want to give you the things they've been giving you. I'm trying not to be like really specific about this, but like if it's in an employer-employee relationship, or like even a parent-child relationship, it's really important to kind of just question what it is you're afraid of happening if you don't go along with this person. That has been one of the biggest factors of me just rolling over and letting people dictate my life. And it's really important to stop that. And so one way is to figure out what it is that's triggering fear in you and remove it if you can, or at the very least identify it and begin to work towards getting rid of that. And if that means that you need to leave your job, or get out of a relationship, something like that, then it is what it is. Do you want to continue being controlled, or do you want to move forward with your life and be all that you were created to be? Number two, be strong in your own convictions. Try not to be a wishy-washy person who, kind of sways to and fro. I am an adoptee, and one of the things that a lot of adoptees do is try not to ruffle the feathers. Try not to put any ripples in the water. Just try to, come in and go out as smoothly as possible without stepping on any toes, without hurting anybody's feelings, because we don't want to create any kind of negative emotions. And that is something that I've worked really hard to stop doing, because the truth is that adoptees have an amazing voice, and it needs to be heard. It needs to be heard. And if we keep shutting ourselves up and not trying to make any waves, and not trying to be who we were created to be. I'm not saying that in like a forceful, rude way, just standing up, owning who you are, and being proud of that. That is a good thing. And if people are telling you differently, then you need to get new people. Anyway, the last thing I want to talk about is boundaries. There are so many reasons why boundaries are such a good thing. I, for a long time in my life, had no boundaries with people. I would just, let people do whatever they wanted. I would let people come over every single day of the week, even though I had a ton of things to do, and I didn't necessarily want the company, but I didn't want to hurt their feelings. So I didn't create any boundaries, or with other things where, volunteer projects where, I couldn't say no. So anything that someone asked me to, whether it was at church or somewhere else, I would always say yes. I was the yes woman because I didn't want to ruffle any feathers, and I didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. So I was sacrificing myself, my own well-being, and my own peace to appease other people. And that's not healthy, and that's not a thing that anybody should do. So creating boundaries, and that could be, you know, these are my business hours. These are the hours that I can answer a question or do something for you. Creating hours in your day that are dedicated to that will be so much more helpful to you than just being available 24/7 for somebody, because that's not healthy. I'm just going to say it. It's not healthy. And it shouldn't be your life. It's different if it's your spouse. Obviously, I'm available to my husband 24/7 and my kids. But beyond that, you shouldn't have to be available to someone so much. So it's really important to create some healthy boundaries and stick to them. And if you find that somebody, I mean, first of all, you've got to tell the person what their boundaries are, because you can't just leave it in your head or they're not going to know. And then you can't be mad at them for not understanding that they're pushing against your boundaries that they don't know exist. So telling people what your boundaries are, number one. And number two, sticking to them. Don't let people push you over. Don't let people just kind of, how do I say this? Just bowl over your boundaries. Keep your boundaries firm. And, you know, if that means you need to turn off your phone or at least put it on silent, you know, or just stop responding during the hours that it's family time, or it's, you know, you're making dinner, or any number of things. I got so busy for a season of my life that and busy and available to other people other than my family. So my children stopped asking me to read to them. And it breaks my heart to look back and realize how unavailable I was to them, even as a stay-at-home mom. And I'm never gonna do that again, because it's not fair to them, it's not fair to me, and my stress levels were through the roof. That's not a way to live. So I've created some firm boundaries, and my kids are asking me to read to them again. My kids know that I'm available to them, and they know that even if I'm in the middle of working, if they need me for something, I am there for them, and that means everything to me. So I hope this was helpful to you. It's a bit longer than I meant it to be, but apparently I had a lot to say about boundaries. You can subscribe if you want to my channel. I have videos coming usually every week, and there will be a blog post in the description that you can go and check out. And yeah, if you want to connect with me one-on-one, my contact information is over on my website. Talk to you later.